start this recording, and I'm gonna go over a couple of things, a couple of pairs, and then yeah, we can answer your guys' questions. And if anybody wants to talk about stuff, I'm down to talk. But anyway, so first thing, of course, I want to go over XAUUUUUUSD because this is the pair of the pairs. This was the trade on Friday right here off this entry point. And if you look at the breakdown of the market now, an important thing to look at is where the positioning of where it's at. Now, of course, today is Labor Day, so the way the markets are going to move is going to be a lot different. They're not going to necessarily move as quickly, and they're also the volume is going to be lower, just due to banks not necessarily being in the market. So this is going to be a really interesting level off of gold. Now, this already is a major resistance from here to here and to here. Now, this is the M-top zone right there, and there's the major drop right there. So technically, if you look at this off of, let's say, like a weekly chart, right? Let's look at this off of a weekly chart. We're really, really looking at the market off of one touch drop. This is the second touch right here. So the reason I bring this up is because we don't know for a fact if this is a true second touch yet. We're not going to know until this thing like drops to the downside here. Now, if this is something, and I know some of you guys did this on Friday. Me personally, I did none of this stuff on Friday just because of the weekend at NFP and with mainly Labor Day. Things can be a little different, and I kind of want the market to settle a little bit more. But just paying attention to this here and this drop and seeing this here, we haven't 100% gotten this thing to basically drop yet, right? So yes, off the daily chart, we can see a couple good zones of where drop is at. This is not, hold on, I think I'm about to sneeze. No, I don't, oh. Okay, I'm not going to sneeze. All right. Anyway, so this is not a bad sell. I don't want anybody to think this is like a bad sell or anything like that. I just want you to understand that as far as weekly goes, as far as the weekly time frame goes, this thing, the daily does show from about 1790 to about 1830, from about this range right here. This is a good little drop zone. But it doesn't, as far as the weekly goes, when you look at those two massive touches, it doesn't really hold off of that time frame. I'm not saying that this can't, but I'm also being aware. And if you notice, my trading style has shifted in the last couple of months because as I was doing everything in my first 6 years, I was trading off the B-book system and scalping and doing stuff. And I'm not to say that I wasn't making withdrawals, not to say that I wasn't able to make money, but most times I was always giving my money back to the market, because even though I could take out money, 5,000, 10,000, 20,000 at times in trading, I can get my account up to 20 or 30 or 40 or 50 or 60 or 70, whatever, and then end up losing it back to the market. It was no different, and that's why I showed my trading account from the year of going from 6 figures to losing 6 figures all the way until June. And now I shifted the way that I look at the market and the way that I trade, because I look at it from a live standpoint of A-book trading. And I don't know how many of you guys have actually went through the academy or going through it. The new academy is done. The way I teach it in that academy is all in an A-book style of trading, especially whenever you listen to the psychology videos, when you listen to the support and resistance and the patterns. Those are two brand new sections that I did not have in my old ones. And I didn't teach the dual trend line systems exactly the same way as I did on this new one. And then my ascension section, which is the final section, and all this stuff is, you guys don't pay anything for it. All the stuff in there, that ascension section is major. The way I do my drawdown explanation, the way that I do the trade management and stop loss management is based off of an A booking system. And I also have a video in there talking about brokers as well. So inside of that, the things that are in there are extremely helpful. But of course, when we do the elite zone, I try to put that information in here all the time, because that's essentially what you guys are paying for, is that live mentorship. So if you notice, I shifted because I see we don't necessarily need to be sitting in the market for an extended period of time, or being basically the first people in the market a lot of times. A lot of times we're afraid of missing the trade and missing the money, but a lot of times the market is actually setting up to see who is actually in the market, who is there. Like, where is the actual money at? And it's not to say that it's necessarily a bad thing, but when you start getting into larger lot sizes in trading and you start getting into more money, you have the ability to move the market. You are the one who is actually being spotted in the market. Like the banks, the institution, the big people have equipment that read stop losses and take profits, that read limit orders. They can see all those kind of things. So those are things I had to learn this year, and I had to develop, as a professional trader. And again, having no mentor, it was harder, and that's why losing the money that I have, I paid for my education in full. So now with my trades, and now with making the money that I do, it doesn't really surprise me, like, because I really get this. So just really understanding, you guys really getting this down and see where I'm coming from and see what I'm talking about, it's just going to help you a lot better, and stop you from losing money. Because if you think, like, the stuff I did on my Instagram, what I'm going to launch at the Visual Prowess Retreat in November, you guys are going to be incredibly excited. And well, it's a pre-launch, but then what I'm launching in January, you guys are going to be super hype. Because I know what people need in order to really essentially get out of their head and truly understand, like, what trading is about. So that's why I tell you guys, literally just follow what I tell you. Don't worry about the money. You don't even have to worry about trading live and doing that. Just get the emotions down that you need. Start understanding, like, what trading really is, because this is a lifelong journey. And you look at me 6 years later, and where I've come in the last 60 days, I've literally made up all the money I lost in 6.5 years, in 60 days. And that's what will happen. Like, that's literally what's going to be able to happen for you guys in an extended amount of time. That's really the thing. So what I want to do is, so I want to look at this, and I want you guys to see this. So the money, this is a consistent uptrend. This is going to have to get broken first. I'm going to just let you guys know right now. This is a major resistance off of this daily. This is a major resistance off of this daily time frame. And this here is where the trend, this is where the money is. The money is inserted right here, guys. So right now, this is the trend that is intact. This trend is intact 100%. It has been extremely established at about right here. This has been a very well established trend. Break and retest. This is in the academy, the break and retest strategy. It's there. So if you look at this market right here, this thing is trending heavy. This is trending heavy, and when we looked at the Fibonacci retracements and whatnot, right now I don't even have to pull out a fib in order to look at this. You can pretty much see that this is right at the 61.8 to 50. The way I pull the fib, it's right there. But as you notice, there's different confluencies with this pair. So yes, you have sellers, and that has to come into the market. Liquidity has to be put inside of the market, and you have to be able to see stuff like this, because this is absorption of traders right here. So when and if the market goes up again, it goes and it breaks this zone right here, and it grabs more money, and then it pushes through and it continues on the trend to the upside. I talked about this last week. It would not be a surprise about the market spiking up and doing whatever it did. It coming up here like this. This is the establishment of the trend still, guys, right here. You see that? That's still establishing the trend. That's the move right there. There's a lot of money inside of this market and inside of this zone right here. There's still a lot of money. A lot of traders are being sucked in to get to trade inside of these zones. So all the stuff that I've taught you guys before, that stuff still works. It's not to say that it doesn't work, but you have to give it more time. I lost a lot of money by over trading because I allowed my financial situation, and I say this all the time to you guys, to affect the way that I looked at the market. So since I allowed my financial situation to affect the way that I looked at the market, I was wanting to allow my ego to get in the way of trades. And not to say that I couldn't make a lot of money or I didn't understand market reversal, but I didn't understand the game that I was playing. So if you notice, I keep telling you guys about the game because it is a game. There is a game being played right in front of our faces. But if we don't understand what it is, we're not going to understand how to truly counter. Whose mic is on? Can whoever's mic on pause yourself? Somebody's mic is on. I don't know whose mic is on. It doesn't even show, but somebody's mic is definitely on. And then recording it doesn't sound good. Or me talking. Whose mic is on? Why can't I pause it? I don't even know how to do it. But anyway, so when we look at this and we see this, it's very important that you guys understand what I'm saying. So seeing this trend, this is where the true money is. An uptrend, a downtrend, it tells you the trend of money. So when you look at, for instance, gold coming to here, where is the true money at? It's right here. It's literally it. And I do a really good job. If you have not watched this video yet in the academy, I do an extremely good job in support and resistance, explaining everything, like everything. When it comes back, and this is the insertion of money. This is all money right here. This is money right here. As soon as you see money inserted, you let the market push up and create the zone in which the rest of the traders are going to get in. The smart money. We're following smart money. It pushes and then it pulls back into a place of where there is more money. Now, even if this thing takes, I don't know, let's see, where is it at right now? September 6th. If it takes all the way to September 8th, I just want you to see this. September 8th, right here, look at this. The market can come all the way over here. It's still inside of the uptrend where the money is, and it's still on top of the break and retest structure. This has a way in which it can still move. Now, what is happening that's important that you get is, and this is why I said in my Ascension section inside of the Academy, when I talk about stop loss placement, I'm actually teaching you guys how to do it off of an A-book system to where you get out of the way of the market and you don't sit here and put yourself in a position to get wicked out on doing extremely small stop losses because you're not patient enough to wait on the movement of money. For instance, on gold last week, when we look at gold and the movement of gold, when it made this little move right here, a lot of people are probably putting a stop loss because this is not if this thing comes back and tests the market right here, it hit that retracement zone. So stop losses to about 1805, even to like 1800 are all acceptable. This wick right here it went from 1807 all the way down to 1801.5. That's 600 pips, or 60, sorry. That's 60 pips of a drop, basically 55. Same thing here. You look at this right here. This thing, do you see how the price didn't really exceed this zone right here? This is the real true money right here. This is it. So, for instance, if you were to have bought this at 1821, right, then your stop loss, the way you're going to do this is you're going to hit it about right here. You're coming about right here. You don't necessarily have to go in a crazy long stop loss, even if you were to hit like 100 pip stop loss off of this zone right here. This is far enough out that if this thing holds true of funds, the market has to go 100 pips against you. Now, not saying gold can't go and drop $10 in a day. Especially gold is one that actually can do that. Now, some of these other forex pairs can't necessarily do a move like that, and maybe go in the direction of the trend. Gold is one that can. That's why I've kind of been doing above 50 pip stop losses on gold now. But if you see this move, this gets you where the true money is at, and it gets you in the direction of where the real money is. Now, the goal is not to, I want to make $1,000 on this trade. I want to make 500. I want to do $10,000 in a month. The goal in trading is to understand. Listen to me. Understand where to buy and sell. To understand it and to embrace the things that can happen after you get into the trade while you accept your risk on every single trade. You must learn to accept the risk that you put on your trade. If you are not comfortable, with your trades, guys, if you're not, or with your risk on your trade, for instance, and you are fearful of that, you are not going to be able to see the market for the truth that it's giving you, because your truth is all about money. You're more fearful and you're more afraid. You're acting out of your ego. See, everything in this world is about getting out of our ego and coming into consciousness, to connecting with that in a sense, and connecting with our higher self. That's what's important. So when you look at the market, you have to be able to see beyond what is happening, like beyond what you are currently, your mind, and where your level of thinking is currently at. That is extremely important that you understand this, guys. So when the market reaches these levels, you have to accept that your risk is enough for you, that you're okay. So if you're putting on 50% risk, 30% risk, and you're doing that, or if you're like, I don't know, if you're I'm laughing at Dario, you're funny. If you're only putting one trade in, for instance, and you're biased in one direction, and you're not looking at where the sellers can come in, because in your world, in your perfect world, that trade goes your way 3-1 every time. That's your perfect world. And you don't have anything at risk, because the truth is you have something at risk every single time, guys. I mean, if you wonder why the institutions, they put such massive stop losses on trades, is because not only do they have a lot of money, but they know there's a lot of things that can happen in between there. And you wonder why they have a lot of money in their accounts. They also make a lot of money. But the crazy thing is, they're not really putting a huge amount of risk in their account up. They're usually under 3%, but that 3% is like millions of dollars. Like, they have that much. It's 6 to 7 figures to 8 figures of funds that are happening. So you can imagine when you get 10 to 20 institutions battling on something with the market, they're battling. They are the big boys. That's what number I talked about on my Instagram live video. They are the big boys. So when this stuff is going on, you guys have to understand you're in a system where, in especially in an A booking system, you're in a system where you're not watching. You're not watching like the fight. You're not watching things happen anymore. You are in the ring and you are fighting. You are the fighter. You are not the observer anymore. The best example I can give you to what's going to be happening in the next 90 days for you guys, or the next year, you're going to be the one in the ring. That is going to be you. This year is a preparation for you guys to unlearn a lot of the nonsense that was put into your guys' head. Unlearn a lot of it, and then to program your mind to understand what is really happening in the market. And so if you make no money this year, that's not the issue. What has to be done is you have to go through a cleansing process first, just like I did. I had to go through a cleansing process. Now, my cleansing process was much longer because I didn't have someone that could just show me things, and I'm, of course, I'm a little hard-headed with certain things, and I want to do things my own way. So I had to go through that too. Those are things that I had to let go of as well. So the more that you open yourself up and you allow yourself to accept more, and you do not get so involved with the money, the more and more you guys are going to learn the things that you need to learn. And you're all learning the things you need to learn at the right times. But if you guys see the trades, like when I show you guys, it is, when I talk about life-changing money, that is life-changing money. Like when you can tell when you have the ability to make six figures in a day at any point in time based off of a setup, and you're not losing your entire account and have to put that at risk, that's life-changing money. That's what I'm getting you guys to. That's what happened to me. That's what's happening to me. So understanding what I'm telling you and letting go of this money aspect, because many of you guys can look at your trading accounts, and this is not saying anything negative to anyone, because I was literally just in this place even 60 days ago. You can look in your trading account and see how much money you've given the broker, because that's essentially what's happening, because you're not giving it to the market, you're giving it to the broker, because that's how the B booking works. All the money you've given, and what do you have to show for that? And I was even one of these people saying this last year about putting money into a real account and taking signals, because I know what I'm doing. These are things that I even said last year. And of course, I know I was in the company I was in, but I felt confident in myself. But understanding, like, you really don't need to put real money into account, because you really don't know what you're doing. And that's really the thing. Like, I didn't understand. These are things that I had to learn, and that I grew into an even better mentor. I grew into an even better teacher, and doing these things the right way. And so now I understand how to do things the correct way. So that's why I've centered my academy around doing things the right way, so people do not have to keep losing money. So when you see something like gold here, and I talk about this, I can exactly what I'm saying, I can walk right behind that. I can back that up with the trades, because not only in trading do you have to be able to have analysis and understand, like, where to buy and sell, but the true great traders can step outside of their emotion to the money that they have at risk, because it is a part of the game and what needs to happen. When we step into the market, we know, we've done our analysis, we 100% trust in our analysis, we 100% trust in our ability to trade. Now we must 100% trust in our mentality to allow the market to do what's needed to be done, and to understand that our entry and our exit strategy, guys, is going to pull us out every single time in the market. So that's so important. So looking at this guy, this is where, if you wonder, this is where the money really started off at this move, right here at this point, and it inserted itself right there. See how it inserted itself right there. Now this is third touch right here, and that's why I was so excited when Devin brought this up. I said, "Oh, hold up, let me make sure I'm not tripping." Because I looked at the furthest point of reversal, and I looked at the strongest point of reversal, and I said, hold on, this is where, because gold was right here last week. Gold was at 1811 or 12 right there. It's in the zone, and I was like, oh, this is directly in the zone, and you can see the market. And now you look at it here, it may, and you guys know how gold moves, it spikes. So even if this thing spikes, somewhere over here, you gotta trust that your stop loss is going to hold. And this is the zone in which you're going to take the trade. Even if you were to have taken a sell there, is that wrong? No, it's not wrong. It doesn't mean that this is a bad place. Anywhere at about 1830 to 1833, is a very solid sell. That did occur on Friday, and I know that occurred on Friday, but this is not like a wrong trade. But you also have to understand, like with brokers and how things work, coming up on a weekend, coming up on a holiday, weird things can happen. I mean, I'm just thinking off the top of my head, the trade you showed me, Tyler, or actually you put in the group. I've never seen that happen. I don't even know. I mean, that was on a demo account, so I don't even know like how that even occurs, like the way stuff happens. But I know I've seen certain things happen on me with my accounts in the past of like weird things that went on. So like there's different things that come on, but as long as you're not putting yourself, and that's why you have to trade risk management, that's why I talk about this with you guys, is because um, when you're doing this, it just gives you protection, it gives you peace of mind, and that's really what needs to be done, is that true peace of mind. And that's what we want in trading. We don't want to have to be worried about 700,000 different things that are going on. But this is where the real money is right now. And this is going to be a more established zone. I will know probably by week's end, or towards the center of the week. If this high gets tested a multitude of times consistently, we might see a shift in the market, and it will come right here. This is going to be a thing because I'm going to give you a breakdown of why this could potentially be a shift in the market. Now, now bear with me here. Here are some things that can essentially happen. Now, pay attention to this zone right here, because this zone is extremely important on this. And everything that I'm breaking down to you guys, you can use this on anything. I'm giving you this because this is my number one chart right now as far as in the market. And if you guys have examples, of course, we'll look at those. But here's what you got to see, the bigger picture. This push right here and shot down, this push right here, we could see a shift in power of an inverted head and shoulders move right here. It is going to basically come about right here, though. This is where we're going to start to figure this out. If this is going to be the shift in power, and this inverted head and shoulders is going to be the play, the market is going to show us right here. It's gonna start to, let me see. Let's see how I can explain this better. It's gonna start to reveal signs right here. And what has to happen, you're gonna get this now. Off initial move, is this a bad trade? Let's say off initial move, is this a bad trade? Say price spikes right here, right? So you're gonna get the M top essentially off the 4-hour. But is, putting a stop loss right here at 1840 a bad thing to do if you were to get in right here? No. I'm just going to answer your question. It is not a bad thing. I don't even want you to think it's a bad thing if the market goes and hits that stop loss and comes back down. Okay, I know there's examples. For instance, what was the trade that was done? Trade I did. I think it was a sell. I did a sell off up here. Oh yeah. It was right here. Yeah, 18. Yes, it was 1808. I remember it now because literally, I bought where I sold almost. It's just like, some of you guys were selling at like 18, like low 18s or like mid. I think like low 1800s, and a lot of you guys' stop loss got hit at 1808 ish. And I had mine at 1812. And some of you guys didn't enter in, but there was a big diagonal selling line over here that was really, really nice. And then the market came down. A lot of you guys probably didn't re-enter that even though it came down. It's not that it's a bad trade. It's that the market has to suck in the money, has to suck in the liquidity. These things happen. So if something like this happens, right, I'm going to give you a perfect example also. I'm going to give you an example of a trade that I actually did earlier this year that was actually a really good trade, and it did exactly what I'm about to show you right here. And so we see this. Let's delete this. If it hits a stop loss right there, is that a bad trade? No. If it comes back into this selling zone, you have to understand what it's telling you. A lot of times the market has to go and collect more funds when this stuff happens. And I'm telling you guys this from an A-book standpoint because I didn't really get this until this year. But it's important because it's going to save you guys money and it's going to help you guys make more money. And you can see it in my own trading accounts. That's why it's important for me to show you that. You see this here. The market comes back in. So if it spikes you right here, say it pops you right there, and the market comes right like this, right? This market has now came back into the selling zone. Where do you think that you put your stop loss now that this has happened? Once the market has hooked back in here, you now place that stop loss right about here. You take that same entry, and you trust that the market is going to play the numbers game in your favor. Understand, the real move that you're looking at, let's just say from this standpoint, it's just to this line right here. You're still looking at how much to 1? 3.3 to 1. Now, we'd be looking at something all the way down here. But it's not the fact that it's like, oh, well, I don't have that much money in my account. Again, you're still thinking of from money aspects. You're not thinking of like, wow, even if I lost that trade and I get back in the trade again and I take this trade because it's telling me that it's a sell still, then you're not sitting here and saying, oh, I'm just worried about money. No, you're actually looking at the market and what it's telling you probabilities wise. So now your mindset has now shifted. You're not going to keep repeating the lesson of not taking the trade because now your mindset has shifted in a place of, I understand what I have to do now in the market. It's not about me losing the money. It's about me following the numbers game, the probabilities game. Let's go to this, GBP Chef. Perfect trade that happened to me this year. I remember it like it was yesterday. All right, we're going to hit this daily chart. I'm going to come over here. I'm going to do this right here. Okay, this is actually, I actually did this trade in the academy. Now watch this. Let's look at this real quick. So I'm going to delete these things off of here. Let me get this deleted off here real quick. Okay, so let's look at this. Now, if you had to guess what I'm about to show you, if you had to take a guess of literally what I'm about to show you in this market, you will literally see this right here at this point. And look, sellers hard, sellers there, drop, sellers here, right? Now look at this. See this zone right here? See this area right here? This is where I actually took the sellout on my trade on GBP Chef. Now, if you look at this stop loss, where on the previous stop losses, if we did this, if we looked at this on the previous stop losses, would this stop loss have held at any of these points in the past? It right in the dead center of this. This is a little bit below the center. Right there with that stop loss hold right there. Yes. Let's shift it over to here. Let's move this right here. See this? Would it hold right there? Yes. Would it hold right here? Yes. I need to get this thing right. This is where I entered. Right there. Would it hold right here? I keep moving this thing up barely. Yes, it would. Now, is this wrong to take this trade right here off that level? That's where you guys have to start getting out of, stop thinking about. Because in trading, this is actually what you see. This is what you see in trading, guys. Perfectly clear zone. Market has not hit that level yet. Is it wrong to take a trade right there and have a stop loss right there? It's not. And you have to get that old thinking and programming out of your head of thinking that it's wrong to take that trade right there. It's not. This is not a wrong trade, guys. Not at all. So if price comes up to this zone right here, and you know that you have a significant zone of liquidity here, you have an M top right there, you have price retesting, giving you multiple zones. When you see, this is cash. This is no different from the gold trade in a sense, from the diagonal uptrend. This is the market setting up in a horizontal consolidation, a sideways resistance, multiple clears at that high, and looking at a 50 pip stop loss, you're basically looking at your 3-to-1 is correct inside your zone right to here, guys. You can see that. So just looking at the market, just seeing this here, this is the stuff that you need to be able to understand and see. And what's important is you watch this and you see the market come into that level right there. This is the entry. You see how that candle is right there. That is a perfect example of a trade. Now, where I'm getting to is there's your stop loss that gets hit. See how price comes back inside that zone? Now, this is what I'm saying with gold that can happen. Price comes back in and starts giving you the zones right here that it's there. Do you understand that you can still take that same trade, move price over to here like this, come over there like that? You can take this exact same trade, this exact same point off this zone. You can take it here, or you can choose to move the stop loss to the upside there. This is the exact move right here. It went right back into the zone of the money. You see that move that happens there. Now, you see this at this level. You put the stop loss, let's say you move it to above there just to be safe, and you want to move it about 70 pips up. Okay. Here's the numbers game right there. Let's see, does this give this the 3-to-1? Yes. 3-to-1 to that point over to here as well. Even with that 70 pip stop loss, that still gives it the 3-to-1. Now, a lot of you guys are going to have to start holding those trades to those 3-to-1 points, because that's what's going to save you. Those things are going to save you in your trading, is doing that. When you lose, you allow those trades to start moving in, especially when you do the markups. It's like I don't know. I'm trying to think of maybe a good analogy that would matter. Like, it's like you're on, like, you have like a map, right? And you have at the end of this map, it's like a 400-meter walk, and it's going to be not the easiest walk, or let's just say a hike. Let's just say you got a hike. That's easy. You're doing like a 400-meter hike or something, and you're going to start at a specific point. People have already told you that, hey, there's certain places in this hike that are a little harder, but I made it through the hike. It's not bad once you get through a couple parts, but you just have to make sure that you push through the hike, and you don't allow this little obstacle or this little obstacle to go against you, in a sense, and make you quit, because once you reach the top, it's a really beautiful view. And it's like this is your map, and you got people telling you that at the top of this hike is a really beautiful destination, a really beautiful view, but you're literally going to have to go through some of these trenches and go through some of these valleys, in a sense, to reach the peak. And you get to the valley that's like they told you it was going to be hard, and you're like, I'm good, I'm going to turn back around. But you got a map that tells you where you can go. You just got to get past this little point right here. But even though people have told you that they made it to the top, that it's great there, that they can even help you, but you just turn away. That's like when you're getting into trades and you're doing these things in trading. I'm telling you right now, that's not a bad trade. And if it hits your stop loss, just wait to see what happens, because what's going to happen is this. One of two things are going to happen. It's going to break it. It's going to retest the zone of liquidity, and it's going to shoot up. And if it doesn't do that, it's going to shoot up. It's going to come through. It's going to hit this zone back again, and it's going to shoot down. And I'm giving you the exact formula, but it's your mindset that is not a winning attitude that cannot get you through the market. And that's the same thing with a hike. That was a good analogy. So, yes, that's literally in about the best way I can put it. We all know the hike isn't going to be easy, but we know the destination is worth it. And so even though I'm giving you the exact sauce of what you need, you just have to understand and be like, okay, I'm going to develop the winning mindset to get this done, and understand that. And it's really just going to be you that doesn't do it. Like, I'm giving you all the stuff that I can, but if you don't follow it, then what can I do at the end of the day? There's nothing I can essentially do. After that, I can tell you all the good analogies and say all the good stuff, and I can write you a pep speech every single day in a message. I can give you every single voice and accent I can do and make you guys happy and giddy and laugh, and it will not do anything if you don't develop the winning mindset. So that's really important. But that's basically that. GBP Chef is exactly what I'm talking about with gold. That's literally the exact thing I'm talking about with gold. The money is here. This is not a surprise that this thing is going up from 1821 to 1826. That's a basically 50 pip rise. You guys should see your trades going in profit literally like every single time, unless some crazy news happens. Like, you really should. Like, if you're really not seeing your guys' trades go into profit like every trade, then there's certain things you're probably maybe not doing right. And I will take my time to sit down with you and help you if those things are not happening, because I want to see you guys succeed in this. So if that's really something that's happening, please reach out to me. And we'll see what's going on, because that especially with what I'm giving you, you really should be seeing your trades going to profit. It just probably seeing something a little off, or not doing something. There's something. There's probably you're doing something a little off. So this is the move. This is what I'm saying. If that thing hits your stop loss there, it's not a bad move. But you just need to keep in mind that this is where the real money is at on gold. Understand keeping your analysis correct on any pair, and aligning with the market. And if this doesn't go, we don't have very much stuff that can happen. Like, when I say that, I just basically mean we don't need to make it. Yes, the market can spike all the way up and spike down and do some crazy stuff, but for the most part, most likely, we're going to look at the market coming here to here, rejecting off and coming down to here and beyond. Or we're going to see the market come up to here, break it, come back around, retest the zone of liquidity, and then skyrocket up. There's not really going to be much after that that's going to happen. You just have to understand where to buy and sell, which is here and here, and you have to have the winning attitude it takes to make money in the market. That's what has to happen. But if anybody has any questions on that, please let me know. So yeah. my DM, or not my DMs, my that's funny. Wow. Audience, nobody has any questions about that? So odd USD. Okay. So let's check it out. How we do it. Odd USD. What do we have on this? That thing's so, God bless. Look at that thing. I think this is one I used, so I don't have it on there. I got calls. I'm gonna have to get on the phone after this with some people that are gonna help me with my Instagram. All right, let's see. This is gonna be important. It's not coming up yet though. Oh yeah, I remember this. I used that for I use this for these head and shoulder patterns. You'll actually see that in the videos when you guys get to inverted head and shoulders. You will see odd USD. Okay. Let's see. Euro odd. Okay, I'm just looking at what you guys got. I'm just looking at the sideways stuff. Money here. Yeah, this thing, there's really not much. I'm just looking, there's really not much I would do on this one. Too much. Sure, there's a little breakout zone here. Just not enough data for me to, it's not enough data. But as far as uptrend goes, I mean, this thing's still a buy all day for that. That's the money, that's the good money one. Yeah, this is a really good money zone right here. Little break, pullback zone. Personally, not enough data in the market for me to really. The main core zones are right here and right here, the next zones. There's no inverted head and shoulders going to be able to happen like true one, because this is broken here, the pullback there, there's that got broken. Yeah, a little breakout right there could happen. I don't know exactly what you're looking for, Tyler, but that's just what I got so far. Look at that. GBP, USD, and Euro odd. First, I'm going to look at Euro odd because it's going to be a good flip of that Euro odd. Sign my name on the dot. Hey. Let's see. So Euro odd. Euro odd's coming down to some juicy buying zones. Jesus, to this one, buddy. Very good. Come to me. Give me this. Holy shit. Holy shitos. Holy shit, this come down to good zone. Very good zone. 4-hour zone. That's a 4-hour zone. I don't know why I thought that was the daily or the weekly. Mm. 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 Okay. This thing's going to get interesting. I can already tell you this thing's about to get real interesting. Okay, so it's cracked that zone there. Yeah, this is the real zone right here. Yeah, that's it right there. Y'all got some pears today, I seen. Peaches, pears, apples, oranges. Y'all got some grapes, everything. Y'all got the pears. My eyes itching right now. Hold on. Okay. Look back at your odd. Yeah, this thing's coming down to a nice little buying zone. This is going to be a big zone right here. This thing's really crossed this zone right here. This is the first uptrend that was intact for it. And yes, this daily zone is pretty good. Let's see something. Yeah, this is a good 4-hour and daily zone. But since that thing's crossed this daily uptrend line, this one right here, that strong move. We've crossed underneath that. This should be like, so smaller time frame traders are gonna love this. And even with the reversal candle there, this is the big money move from February 25th right here. So this one right here, boom, boom, boom. That's the zone it's going to have to come to. That's about 1,000 pips exactly, almost. That's a good drop to still have. So in this area right here, looking at this and seeing this, I could say you could put zones through here. This is the selling zone right there. We have not reached that off the 4-hour and daily. That's going to be your selling zone. The here to stop loss down there. That's going to be your zone right there. If you're going to come in and buy off that level. Other than that, that's about the only thing I would do on Euro odd. Literally, we got this zone has been broken through here. It's crossed underneath that. Oh, is there anything I'm missing on the left side? No. There's that. It's crossed underneath that. So your best bet is this is where your build-up money is going to come out. So basically about 30 to 40 pips down, stop loss in that thing about, let's see, 50 pips. And you could catch a rise all the way up to here, which is over 100 and how many is that? That ain't even that many pips. From 5.9. I mean, I'm just looking at some 5.9 to yeah, that's only 80 pips. That's not even that many pips. I'm just looking at the downtrend. You might have to shrink your stop loss to like 30 with it and get a really good zone right here. But this is the selling zone right there on Euro odd. That's the selling zone. It's in a nice little buying point. It's almost in a really good buying point. Really good buying point is about right there, because the reason I say there's no reason to just put a really big stop loss on this because you think it could go up. It's more like let it reach your buying zone that gives you a 3-to-1. Like that gives you the chance to have a 3-to-1. If you don't do that, it doesn't really give you a chance to have a 3-to-1. And that's more or less what we want to do, is have a chance to get the 3-to-1. So that's your odd. But yeah, definitely longs on that, Emerson and Zay. I'm going to look at GU, and then I'll look at GJ, GBP, USD. Oh yeah, there we go. Break and retest on GU. I know we talked about that a couple weeks ago, maybe, or something like that. Maybe a week ago. The breakout on GU. That pullback off GU, where now I will say this, and I will tell you this 100%. If that thing makes it to this line right here, this is a for sure. That is a buy. That has broken the daily and weekly down selling points, and if that taps that, this is some major money right here. It's already broken this. That's been, so let's see if I get that about perfect. I could say about right there. It's broken that. It's came back into this little sell zone here, but this is one that you're gonna have to pay attention to, this zone here and this zone here. This one is gonna be a very interesting one, because this thing has exceeded the daily selling zone. Like that is a daily selling zone. These lines, that line drop, that drop there, this is a double bottom. So since that's a double bottom, we've exceeded that daily selling zone right there, and we're above this line here. So this is going to be extremely important, because this is where the real money is at. And this is pretty much the selling zone. Off of that, you could even go here, the selling zone, like through here. That's a retest of that. There's a lot of little factors that are going to come into this one, because you can look at this one and say, oh, that's a sell right there. Then you can look at this one and be like, it actually broke and retested that. So there's going to be, but I'm telling you, there's going to be a couple different things going on. This zone here is going to be the money zone. That's going to be a really, really good zone of money for buyers. Oh, let's see. GU. I'm going to go to GJ, NZDJPY. It's on the daily sell zone, broke the uptrend line, and also. All right, I'm going to look at GJ, then I'm going to go to NZDJPY, so GBP, JPY. We looked at that was a sell on we looked at GJ as a sell. Now it's in the buying zone. Ooh, buddy. At the buying zone, at the selling zone, this is going to be a fun one. Major selling zone off GJ. How many of you can buy GJ and sell GJ and live with the 3-to-1 results? That is the 0.01. Try it. If you didn't buy it right here, it's about 20 pips ago. You buy it here. Look, I'll show you exact parameters of how to do this. You bought it there. You pull it down here. Let's see. Go about 30 pips would be good. And that would work here, like that. That would work here, like that. I work there. You can see where price is currently at right now at that level. You have it to come down to here. That's about, I'm tripping. 30 pips. I was over here about to say something stupid. Like that's about 30 pips. Of course, you got the thing measured right there, fool. And then you take this there. You take this. You short it. And so this is your short zone right there. Stop loss is going to go 30 pips like that, basically, at that point, and you ride it your 3-to-1. All it is just riding it to 3-to-1. I mean, there's no right or wrong. The market's always right. So when you really embrace that and you stop thinking from a place of like, oh, I don't know how to, it's called hedging, but oh, I don't know how to, take this trade and take that trade, like do things like that. It's like when you look at it from that standpoint, it makes it more complex. But when you look at it in like all I'm trying to do is do the probabilities game and just hold the trade until it reaches the point, because these are both things that can happen, and this thing can go much further than that on either one of these moves. But when you stop taking it so personally of like where it's going to go, and you just start thinking like, oh, okay, where is the market telling me to buy and put my stop loss, then it starts to become a totally different feeling that begins to happen in trading, guys. That's really what it is. But that's the GJ setups right now, and they're in two zones that I couldn't even sit here and argue with you and say this. But you look at gold, GJ, Euro odd is almost there. Let's see NZDJPY. Let's go look at NZDJPY. Let's go look at that, because I know you guys are talking about that. Let's see. NZDJPY. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna just thoroughly let y'all know I am not touching this pair trade at all. This is not the one for you, boy. Not the one. Let's see. This is something that I was looking at. This could come into play. Let me see something. Triple top, triple bottom. There's the video I did that. Oh, I remember this video. Yeah. This is about the only thing I would do on this. That's the money through there. That's not it. And yeah, boom, boom, boom. Let me see something. Okay, under. Yeah, this might be the only thing, but we're up there. This is one I'm not messing with. This one doesn't look as good on the eyes. If you look at it, it just doesn't look as good on the eyes. You could go and start making some shit up off the smaller time frames. You could draw this, and this is broken the uptrend right here. This has broken that. So you can see that that's gotten broken there. But at the most part, like through here, that's the 4-hour zone, and this is the selling zone through there. Other than that, I wouldn't really mess with this thing. More rejection to the high up here would be much better. More rejection is better. More rejection just means that there's more money put into the market, and it just gives us a little bit better of an idea of what to do. That's really it. Let's see. NZD USD sell zone. Okay, let's look at that. NZD USD. Oh, it's literally the same thing. Literally. It's at a good little. Hold on. We might be looking at these right here. We're going to go Wix. of this here. Yeah, we're going to look at this. Close. We're going to close right there. Damn. Did I have this drawn here and didn't see it? That's crazy. Uh-huh. Yeah, I'm not too enthused with this one right here. This could come into play, possibly. More rejection. In both NZD pairs that y'all gave me needs more, you need more buildup. You get a better buildup, you get more buildup, you're gonna see a little bit more of what's going on. Like when you really get more going on, you're gonna be able to see like what's basically happening. Like you're gonna be able to like understand more. So right here, just a little bit more rejection, a little bit more buildup, we can start to depict, because the thing is, we're not looking for just really small trades to make money on. We want larger trades that build up, because that's how we're going to make real money over time, because there's larger money in there. This is too much. This is way too much money that was put into this with no indication of where is it going to stop at. Now, yes, it could stop here, but remember, when you're in the market, and this is what I had to change my thinking on, I am using my Fibonacci tools. I'm using the 3-touch. I'm using patterns and different things like that. But the thing is, I'm thinking that the market is going to reverse off that level, and I'm placing stop losses around that zone. And when it breaks that point, I lose my trade. Oh, okay, this isn't the right trade anymore. And I'm having a different way of thinking. And then I'm losing constantly because I'm only thinking on a small scale of mindset. Now, if I have my pair marked up and it goes to that level and I can see that it's a true trend, it's a little bit different story. This is an example of like this. We have not truly established a trend yet. We don't truly know. Plus, we've gotten this downtrend that has gotten broken right here. If you take a trade off this, not necessarily a bad thing. I don't want you to think it's a bad thing. But now where current price is at, we're not just going to sell because, oh, it's a little bit past this zone and maybe this could be. No. You give it time to give you a clear identification of a zone to tell you where your stop loss goes. Then you place your trade, especially off of a move like this and it breaking out of this consolidation right here. There's something bigger at play here. The trade that I showed you, like on GBP Chef, on gold, those are trades that are trending, have a clear buying zone, a clear selling zone. You step into the trends of the market, and you just flow with the market is the key. So those things are really important to understand that there. Does anybody have any questions about the trades that we went over? Everybody good there? Where's my water? There's my water. Your boy needs his drink. I just had nobody has any questions. I didn't have the Marco dude email me. I didn't have 3 people who I know for a fact were P1000, P2000. I think this dude was P5000. Dude who just called me, I've talked to for about 6 months now, called me. So I'm gonna have to get on the phone and I'm gonna have to get this Instagram back online since we've been on this call. And I can't check my Instagram because Lord knows I can't get on because it's disabled. So yeah. But does anybody have any? No, everybody good about that? Because I'm gonna just pause this. And if anybody got any questions about what I was about the IML stuff, that's why I say I'm gonna pause it. But no questions.
Hey, I wasn't by my phone. What'd you say about GJ? Are you still in the cell from last week, or did you take it out because the bullshit it's doing?
Yeah, I'm not in the trade. I explained.
I was kind of here, kind of wasn't. You said you don't like it for the sale.
No, I was saying that this is a trade where you could buy it and sell it because it's at this
Okay.
zone here, and you can sell it there, and you just play the probability game of this is the stop losses basically. So this is
Okay.
the
So
zone right here.
Okay, so the sale's not bad. I see what you're saying. All right, cool. Thank you.
Yeah, it's basically a basel. That's what we call it. We buy it and sell all at once. We call those basels.
Is that IML?
Nope,
IML terminology.
that's actually if you know what you're doing, it's smart. That is exactly that. Can you see quick CAD JPY? Yeah, I'll look at CAD JPY also. CAD JPY. That thing's broken the downtrend also. Yeah, a lot of these pairs, these JPY pairs, got a nice little push through. Money is there. This is gonna, we don't even pull that. We'll pull it from here. Still needs to come higher. About right there. I don't know what I was doing on this thing. I feel like somebody drew this up. I made somebody draw all. This looks like one of my one-on-one training videos, making people circle where the peaks are, circle where the valleys are, circle where everything is located. That's what that looks like. Um, that's CAD JPY though, Emerson. This is what I'm looking at. Off that, even let's see, weekly, nothing. No. Ooh, I see why this thing had such a big rise now. That makes sense off that. And oh shit, did it retest this too? Oh yeah, I'm definitely. This thing is definitely for sure. This is some power. This is big money. This is the definition of some big money. When you see this and you see the weekly that I just drew and you see that reaction it did, we got funds in here. So this is not even close to something I would sell. Just looking off of this, knowing where the big money is. I'm not saying that it can't go down, but yeah, I would look. If anything, for this thing to come back down here, and get in off of this break and retest buy. You get that break and retest buy right there. You could see this thing really, really shoot up if it does come down there. I like that one though, for sure. Definitely like that one. But yeah, I like that one for sure. I'm gonna pause this recording. Everybody good? Dang, it's 8:17. We've been on this for a minute. I love it. That's good. That's very good. 8:17 p.m. I gotta go and